All right, welcome back. Let's continue where we left off, talking about some of the tweets that you've sent in, and we'll also talk about the game that you just saw, Brazil. First win for Brazil, five-time World Cup champions. Now they have 4 points, and not done and dusted, but at least a good chance of qualifying.
Switzerland also on 4 points, getting their first win under their belt. You know, the first game it was Brazil versus Switzerland that ended in a draw. So the Swiss fancying their chances too. So Serbia and Costa Rica have their work cut out.
Well, I think Costa Rica are out. Second loss.
Yeah, second loss.
Serbia, maybe.
Because they have 1 win.
Yes.
And they'll play Brazil.
Wow. And the Brazilians won't want to lose that game, obviously. I guess the Swiss are in a more comfortable situation now to play Costa Rica, who have their bags packed already. Okay, so let's go to Group F and take a look at the fixtures now. And also, you know, it's been a season of predictions, so we'll tell you another animal that has been predicting victories and the team that the victory is being predicted for. But let's see the games we're going to see tomorrow. South Korea taking on Mexico, and of course, Germany taking on Sweden. Only a bold person would have, you know, said after they won that the Mexicans will have 3 points. And they'll be taking that 3 points off defending champions, Germany. But here we are today, South Korea taking on Mexico, Germany taking on Sweden. Germany badly needs a win.
This, I don't know if it is that these two teams, I mean Mexico and Sweden, can qualify for the next round of 16 and eliminate Germany if they lose this game out of the competition, because Sweden got their first game. They won their
even a draw is a big damage.
It's a big damage. This is a World Cup of surprises. Some of the established names are struggling to get points on the board.
Yeah,
I mean that's the performance of Mexico just kind of exposed this German team. Aging legs, but maybe not as fast as they used to be. So if you have guys who can really run this team down, run them down, they will put them in trouble. So it's a must-win for Germany, and they know it. It's a must-win for Mexico. I think they are in a very comfortable position, strengthening the advantage that they have. 3 extra points means they are in the next round of the competition. So it's a good.
Do you think the Germans are in crisis? Do you think so?
The crisis, maybe. No, I don't think so. It's just 1 game played. 2 more games to. It depends on the way they respond against Sweden, and we know that when it comes to the teams from.
But you think the pressure is in the air? Maybe they are starting to feel it in the dressing room,
no,
the training.
Of course, the pressure.
The coach started to tell them
they've come under tremendous pressure, flag from fans back home. Losing to Mexico, like nobody saw it coming. The moment it came, it's just a question. Fingers have started pointing. I mean, the German team before, unlike in time past when the German team come to a competition with everything, set up. This time around, they are pointing accusing fingers to Mesut Özil and Gundogan for visiting the Turkish president, taking pictures with that. Some
German fans booing
some
both players.
German fans don't like it. So it just shows you that there's something happening in that team that's not just right. Perhaps maybe the chemistry is not right. Maybe, and if they don't, patch it up very well, it might just mean that they'll exit this competition.
All right, let's talk about predictions now and show you polar bear. Maybe when the Germans see this, maybe they can breathe easy, maybe they can relax. You have...
Is it a German bear?
No, not really. But as predicted, victory for the Germans over their opponents, Sweden. You have the polar bear baby Nanook and the mother Lara. They had a choice between Germany and Sweden, a box filled with vegetables. But they went for the Germans and, ignored that one. And
this beer I'm looking at is eating this vision. Maybe a draw.
But, they ignored it. And so we'll see. If this is going to turn out to be true, we'll see what happens. But those who understand those predictions say that both polar bears went for the Germans. We'll see what will happen in this one. But let's talk about the Swedes a little. What do you think they need to do? No doubting the quality in the German team, but they'll be under pressure.
The teams from the Nordic region have very good work ethic. Yeah. We know what they can do. Iceland falls into that category. Sweden, Denmark,
Iceland,
the rest of them,
Norway,
the rest of them. I mean, their work ethic is good. They always come to a competition with good spirit, and perhaps they just know that because they have 3 points, they are not under pressure to attack.
Yeah,
they will be the ones. They expect the Germans to come out because already they have 3 points on the board. For Germany, it's 0. A draw is good enough for them. So
a draw is good for Sweden.
I mean, the way they will approach this game is not a gung-ho, let's go. It's the Germans that need to attack. And so, to that extent, I expect a very, very disciplined performance. But the Germans, you can win them away. They are the defending champions of the competition. They came with a different team to the Confederations Cup the last time out. They won it. This time around, I think they have the experience as the two. Whether that experience will, at the end of the day, get the job done is another matter entirely. But I'm not ready to stick on my name. I think
okay, I can understand. I can understand. We'll see what happens. We'll love to see the defending champions still remain in the tournament, but then again, we want the best side to win. So, you know, we'll see what happens tomorrow when both sides. Let's talk about Mexico. Surprise, surprise. I didn't see this coming, I must confess. But now the Mexicans are playing in a position that you want to be. They're playing against the supposed weak team in that group, and they're playing that team when they already have 3 points. That's a position you want to be.
It just means that they know that a win will take them to the round of 16.
Irrespective of what happens
the third game, what happens in the other game, they have their destiny
in their
firmly in their hands. And you know, when you have that kind of spirit, the Mexican team I saw play the Germans were a team that is very determined. They knew what they wanted. And this story I read on the internet, where the Mexican coach declared that, okay, the players can have the night off with their wives and girlfriends. In the German camp, it was banned as it were.
Yeah.
And the question now became, so what is the position of all of that in performance?
Because it's an issue in most of the teams. It's an issue in
most of the teams, you know, having the wags, as they call their wives and girlfriends, come around the team. So the Mexicans declared that everybody go and
stay with your loved ones.
Take your time. While the Germans banned all of those sides. So I mean, it's a good position to be. I wish we won our game against Croatia. Maybe we would have been in the same position.
In this position, yeah.
But as it is, I think they know that a win will take them to the next round, and I'm not sure they're going to allow the opportunity to slip.
So in this one, you'll make a prediction?
I'll go with Mexico.
Mexico winning this game.
Yeah, I'll go with Mexico.
Okay, all right. So we'll see what happens in that one. Let's talk a little before we talk about the other game that's going to be played tomorrow. Let's go to Moscow. Talk about some sort of innovation in Moscow. Talking about the Russian national team. It's been interesting. They've had 2 wins, and since the national team took the country's football to a new level by booking a spot in the round of 16. Moscow Metro has brought the sport to a new level, 60 to 80 meters below the ground. So you can even watch football while in the train and enjoy yourself. And it's the incentive for these guys is that their team is still in the thick of things. And so you're traveling, you're going anywhere, you're not going to miss football. Because the Russians, you have more than 1,600 screens have been installed in the metro, coaches earlier this year, with the aim of showing the passengers information and local news. But the screens have now had to be reprogrammed to broadcast matches live because, I mean, the home team is doing well.
The Russians are flying. Nobody would have predicted that they will be where they are presently.
Yeah.
One, there are 2 opening games. I was there. But their last game was debating with somebody. I was like, I mean, what it means to play in front of people who are close to you. I think they just happened on that. This is a competition that we are hosting. We can't afford to let our people down. Even if we want to go down, let's go down fighting. That is just the spirit they've employed in this. And you see players making their debut in the World Cup, playing their first games for the national team in the World Cup and scoring and just, and that's the story of this Russian team. I think the way it's going, they don't want to let this, if it's a dream, they don't want to wake up from their sleep. And it's all going well. Now they are firmly in control. Now they are firmly control 6 points. They will play the other team that has a maximum point to know the place in who will finish tops and who will finish second.
You know, this is particularly interesting because we've seen some World Cup hosts where there's some sort of apathy. The people are not really interested in the football. We've seen that. But in the case of the Russians, and the catalyst has been the fact that the national team is doing well. So it has generated, the stadiums are packed full on the streets. Everybody, you look at the fan vests, you look at all of the places where fans zones and all of that, packed full, and everybody enjoying their football. And I think it's interesting, and that's why the organizers are keen into all of these areas to stimulate the interest the more.
Things like this will happen in any climb where you get the results. I mean, the Super Eagles beat Iceland 2-0 this evening. On Tuesday, beat Argentina, perhaps maybe 1-0 or 2-0. I'm telling you that the round of 16, vehicles will be off the road.
Yeah.
People will get to sit down somewhere. Nigeria is playing the second round of the World Cup.
It's going to be like a festive
if you win that, Nigerians all over the world will create wherever they are, you know, fan fest zone where they will sit down to watch it. That's what football brings to the table. Apart from, you know, getting the result on the field of play, it is the economy outside of the field. Exploiting this economy outside of the field of play is what is really key. And the Russians are not just letting go. This is a national team nobody gave a chance. Everybody thought they were at the bottom of the pyramid. But 2 games, and they have maximum points, 6 points. They are in the round of 16. Nobody would have
and
thought...
they're responsible for the exit of those 2 teams.
7 games before the World Cup without winning any.
Wow. Just when we thought fire was on the mountain, but the Russians have proved us wrong. All right, let's talk about the other game that's going to be played tomorrow. These guys are doing what we expect them to do, Belgium. And they started well, beating Panama. Panama are just happy to be here. So, I mean, whatever result, they really don't care. So, I don't know if we can say this is a big test, but I'm very sure Belgium wants to win this game. But for Tunisia, the way they lost the first game, you want to believe they'll think, well, I mean, there's nothing to lose. Everybody has said we're on our way home. Let's give it a try. But against the star-studded Belgian side, what are their chances? It's hard to put it past Belgium winning this game.
I don't think that any of the 2 African teams that have led so far, Egypt and Tunisia, Morocco, I beg your pardon, any of them have been disgraced.
Okay.
None. I think, yes, the African team may not have progressed, but I think
they gave a good
account of themselves and African football. I mean, for Tunisia may have lost their first game against England. This is an opportunity for them to... the loss against England was not... The English didn't have it funny.
They weren't spectacular.
Yeah, they weren't spectacular. Perhaps, of course, that naivety towards the end, you know, caused them there. I'm sure that they know that 3 points on the board will help their cause. I mean, before going into the last game, and so they will come out to do. They've of the teams that I've watched Morocco, watched Egypt. I think of the generally performances, I think they did a very good job. They performed credibly well. And
so, what do you think they need to do against Belgium?
They need to be more aware. Don't
make it easy.
Don't make it easy for the Belgians. I think the team is a very, very mobile team, full of running. They showed it against England. England didn't have it easy. Perhaps that defensive naivety with African teams caused them 2 goals at the end of the day. The one that fell, the goalkeeper stopped the ball, fell for Hurricane, and he scored. And the last minute, the same set piece, which has, of course, become the albatross of African teams. African teams in this tournament, you know. I think they should just be more aware of what they need to do against the Belgians. The Belgians themselves are one of the star teams of this competition so far. But I don't think they've had any. They played Panama. I don't think they've had any opposition that have really tested them yet. Okay, so we'll see what happens in that one. But wish our African brothers all the best when they take to the field against one of the contenders at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Let's go on a break. When we return, we should be wrapping up things right here on Sports Tonight.